To delve deeper into President Biden's interview with Time magazine, we spoke to General Robert Spalding, retired U.S. Air Force Brigadier General and author of War Without Rules. General Spalding, thank you so much for joining us. Great to have you back on the show.
Thanks. Great to be back.
Now, back to Biden's interview with Time on the economic front. Biden noted that China's population isn't doing great, saying, quote, "You've got a population that's considerably older than the vast majority of the youth in Europe that is too old to work," adding, "Where is it going to grow? You've got an economy that's on the brink there. The idea that their economy is booming, give me a break." Now, how do you see this impacting how the U.S. does business with China? Could we see Wall Street investing less or not?
I think we've already seen Wall Street investing less. We're going to basically have two economies, one that's kind of led by China. It's going to feature a lot of the countries in the Belt and Road Initiative, a lot of their proxies like Russia, North Korea, and Iran. It's going to rely heavily on the Chinese supply chain, but also they'll have natural resources like energy from Iran and Russia and other materials from other members of the Belt and Road Initiative. So, and then you're going to have the free world economies. This is the way the world is shaping up now. I think the question remains is, are these two economic systems going to also be at war with each other? Certainly there's a Cold War. Does that turn into a hot war? I definitely believe that there's going to be one over Taiwan. I think we have to get prepared for it because the Chinese are already preparing their society, their economy, certainly the Belt and Road Initiative and associated countries for that eventuality.
Now, this is an election year, and the topic of election meddling by China came up in the interview. President Biden saying that there is evidence that meddling is going on, adding that everybody, all the bad guys, are rooting for Trump. Man, not a joke. How do you see this impacting U.S.-China relations?
The Chinese Communist Party and the Russians and the North Koreans and the Iranians are influencing everywhere. And to the extent that they have the more resources, the Chinese are influencing in the United States a lot more. And I would say that their primary goal is to sow dissent and to essentially get people to believe that the democratic process is not the right process to have. What you really want is a single party in power, which, you know, for all intents and purposes, a lot of times here in Washington, D.C., it looks like that's what America already has. I don't think the Chinese Communist Party necessarily wants to see President Trump win, given the fact that he's the one that started the tariffs and created a lot of the problems between the U.S. and China the first time around. And I think the second time around is probably going to be a lot worse.